Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? We've been seeing more and more of the white-red token aggro decks on the ladder, and there's all types of variations, mostly of the pinger variety, but I've been looking around for other options because we wanted to be playing Firebending Ascension. Now, when it first got printed, it showed up a bunch, but we haven't seen it on the ladder hardly at all over the last few months, so I'm hoping this list is the one that can get it done. So this list is going to be full of cards that actually trigger when they attack to give us a bunch of effects to hopefully take advantage of the Firebending Ascension. So we have Hired Claw, obviously ping your opponent multiple times is good. Stadium Headliner to make extra bodies. Some Torture Tower for removal. Of course, Voice of Victory if you're going to be making tokens. The Firebending Ascension, if you don't know what it is, every time, well, first when you play it, you make a 2/2, and then every time a creature attacks and triggers it, you put a counter on it. Then if it has 4 or more counters, you get to double that triggered effect. We do have some Shocking Sharpshooter because we still want to ping a little bit. Arabella, obviously, if we could gain life twice, that would be great and drain our opponent. We have a couple of Boros Charm that could be removal or just give something indestructible, which is probably the part we're going to use more often. Some Delny that can actually make everything where it can't be blocked is nice. Sanguine Evangelist also gets to double trigger when it attacks. There's a Suki to pump our team and to make us other 1/1s. Anampakal to make other bodies, and a War Leader's Call for a little more pinging. But here are some interesting inclusions. There's a Raise the Past, so that we can return all those little things back to the battlefield and see if maybe that works out. And then if the game goes long, we have Legends of Roku, and that's another way we could spend some of that firebending mana to make dragons. So yeah, this should be a very interesting list to play with. Definitely not your usual variety. But before we get into the games, if you're going to buy some Magic, I got to tell you, go check out our sponsor, Tales of Adventure, because they're good people. They set up all the Magic conventions and everything else. But more importantly, you can save 5% on everything on their website if you use my code DRAGON, which is DRAGN. All right, that bit of business is done. Let's go get into these games and see how fast we can win with this Firebending Ascension. Ugh, all 2-mana things, but we still have to keep it. There's no way we're throwing this back. That would be silly. Alright, the opponent did nothing. That's a good sign for us. Oh, are we going to have to kill a badger mole or some such? Let's see. Yeah, I was going to say I'd rather not, but I think we have to. If we had a turn... Well, that makes it a little easier. I was going to say... Oh, no, because we can only make 1 red mana. Dang. Yeah, probably still worth doing. Oh, no, it only deals to a planeswalker. Totally forgot about that. I thought it was a player we could hit with it. Well. Huh. What do we do? I guess we just go here. And then maybe we get lucky and draw War Leader's Call. Like, this kind of our only option right now. I mean, the kind of good news is if they play, I guess, land into Ouroboros, can't really block much. Oh, they had a Hunter's Talent. That's so much worse. I would have rather them just have Ouroboros there. Ugh. Yeah, Ouroboros would have hurt our soul a lot less, let me tell you. Okay. Man, I need another red mana. Bad. Alright. Guess we gotta go where the damage is. Hope they don't have another fight spell. Okay, there's the Ouroboros, which we knew was coming sooner or later. And now they're going to fight again. Nope, they're just attacking. Alright. I think we have to have exactly War Leader's Call. Deal 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. They're searching for land. They can't fight. Wait, they didn't fight one of our guys? Oh, no. What did they need the mana for? That's kind of infinitely scarier. All right. Can we... What can we do with the Boros Charm? Deals 4 to player, planeswalker, so we can't hit creatures. We give something double strike, but that's not going to do it because we get in for 2, 4. They're at 6. Block 1, take 2. They're at 4. We can make it 5. All right, we just got to go with this and hope it's enough. Oh, was that extra 2 exactly enough? No, they're going to be at 1. Dang it. I mean, just pick something to block, opponent. I mean, unless they're worried about us having a Torch the Tower, which would be awesome, but we don't have it in hand, unfortunately. All right. We have to hope whatever they searched for the land for instead of fighting a creature last turn is not... Okay, that's nowhere near as scary as it could have been. I mean, I guess you go a second Ouroboros? But only one thing is going to have trample. Yeah? Sure. Wow, we beat turn 2 Badger Mole and double Ouroboros. Alright. I mean, sure. Huh. Well, that's a thing that happened. Don't even have to get to the damage step. Wow, that didn't go the way I thought it was going to at all. Yeah, I don't know why the opponent didn't fight, because if they'd have just destroyed the Voice of Victory, I don't think we could win in that scenario. But, you know, sometimes you get lucky. Sure, let's keep it. Alrighty. We can look like a mono red deck for a moment. Go attacking. I guess you have a counter? No. Didn't have a counter or a removal spell. That's wild. Huh. Well, kind of weird that that's what happened. But at least if they have a sweeper, we already have the Raise the Pass in hand, so that's kind of nice. I mean, if they just go back to back, you know, Day of Judgment or whatever, that sucks. But tough life. Mana value 2 or less. Let's play this guy, or at least attempt to. Wow, still nothing on their end. It could also be like Day of Black Sun or whatever that thing is. So, lots of ways that these creatures can end up in the graveyard this turn. Alright. I mean, they got to do something, though. And probably more than just kill a creature. Also playing 4 colors. Could be 5, but we see 4. I don't know if this is good or bad when the opponents give you this long of a think, because it's like, all right, what are they up to? Because they didn't immediately go like, land, remove your team. So I guess that's good, because you would just go ahead with the obvious play, right? If it was a Day of Judgment or a Day of Black Sun. All right. I thought the opponent was going to rope out for a second, but, oh, that's it? Oh, you're playing a Reanimator pile. Got it. Yeah, they're not really doing anything then, right? So we just go in on it. Oh, I did that backwards. I should have done this first. Could have got another couple points. All right, everything's going to trigger. Yep. This is just stacks on stacks. Yep. Yeah, the gross thing, once you have this board, is that even if they sweep it and everything goes to graveyard, you just raise the pass, and then they all ping again for the sharpshooters. So if we could have got them to 3 or less, we would have been okay anyway. But yeah, they kept a hand where all they really did was Fable Passage and Overlord. That's kind of strange. We did find a turn 1 thing, so this is good. We like this type of development. I will say, though, this is kind of one of those times where you're hoping to get some amount of information to know what you want to play on turn 2. All right, the opponent's going the burn-heavy route. So what we would like to do is play the Voice of Victory. And if they just have Lightning Strike, cool. We'd rather that than Arabella in most instances. But we'll see. Alright, just a Hired Claw means at least temporarily the Voice of Victory is okay. Start triggering this bad boy. Missing a land is rough. Definitely not what you want. Though, maybe I could have went with Arabella on that turn, since we have a second one. If they just spent 2 mana to Lightning Helix Arabella, they wouldn't be able to do much else. And that probably would have been in our favor. I think that's what I should have done and just waited on the Ascension. But, I mean, what's done is done now, I guess. But they definitely don't have a Lightning Strike, or they would have used it already. They're probably just going to pump a Hired Claw. Nope. Oh, they have a Witchstalker's Frenzy. Wow. That's a card we don't see played very often anymore, huh? Almost forgot that was still standard legal. For real, I can't even remember the last time. Like, Witchstalker Frenzy went from we're all absolutely playing it to I haven't seen that card cast in quarter of a year at least, you know? It's so wild. Come on, I need some 1 mana thing. Would be great. Opponent's hand's empty. All right, well, wish we had more. This is just all we can do. Is that just a land by chance? All right, they're going to see if they can find something. Oh, that's rough. That is not what we wanted to see. Yep, down to 6. Down to 4. Yeah, we're just dead. Because they can just attack, put us to 6. We have to block. Yeah, missing that land crippled us. All right. GG's. Yeah, we effectively can't win, right? Because we can block, take 5, block the other thing, go to 3. Yeah. Unfortunately, we drew terribly, and opponent drew great. That happens. Though I do still think back a couple turns ago, I should have played the Arabella first, then played the Ascension, because there's a chance, like, we don't know when they found their Witchstalker Frenzy, so it could have made more sense to just force them to do something to get rid of the Arabella, then try to do something else. But things are what they are. All right, I don't think we're supposed to keep this one, but I'm going to, because I can't help myself. And we'll just see what happens. Weaver, no! I guess this has to be on red for the time being. So do we make Firebender Ascension? I think we do. I mean, we're probably losing to this draw anyway. Like, we have no lands. We have our 4 mana things in hand. So this is obviously not going well for us. Yep. You got it. Oh, decisions, decisions. I think this is what we do. And kind of just hope we can get there. I mean, you know, I think no, I'd have been a mana short. Like I say, because there is a world where we can use the extra firebending plus the torch and whatever and get rid of their creature, but we need 5 mana in total, which we don't currently have. Gonna go after the sharpshooter. Excellent. Oh, it feels like they have the defensive card in hand. Kind of hoping they don't, but I think they do. That's bad. Alright. Yeah. Anytime he keeps giving you the stops, that's usually not good. Need another land at a minimum. Need it to be a non-damage untapped land specifically. So we're kind of asking for a lot. All right. Pass the turn. And I don't think they're going to tap out unless they're just playing another shelter. Then it's going to be even harder to get rid of the creature. Which is the real concern. Yep. Do I want to try to block this turn or a following turn? Let's no block. Like, is there a world where we could just do enough damage? Oh, maybe now. Hold on. So this would make 2 bodies, and we could stack it to where they get the triggers from... I'm sorry, y'all. I need a second, because there's a lot happening here. We'll get 2 triggers from this, but it only leaves torch mana. We'd be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... No, that'd be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's not lethal by any stretch. If we play War Leader's Call... Yeah, we just War Leader's Call. And maybe we could force the opponent into playing something on their turn. Okay. Yeah, they did it before we got the mana. I was wondering when they were going to do it. Yep. They did have it, though, so we were right in that regard. Sure. Alright. Wait, why did that die? Oh, it gives it hexproof. Not. I was thinking the other one gives them first strike. I had them backwards in my head. Alright. Okay, they're at least within range. So this could happen. Now, if they have shelter plus another enchantment, we just are probably dead, but... Featherflight? Alright, that doesn't get us, so that's fine-ish. Wow, this is kind of crazy. The opponent had their near-ideal start, and we still got there somehow with 2 cards we weren't even able to cast. That's crazy. But you know what? I'm here for it. Wow. Wow. Man, that single little bat saved our life, I think. But I'll take it however you got to get there sometimes. Sure. This seems reasonable to keep. Oh boy, our torture tower is going to have to do extra work, huh? Alright. Don't love that. Sure. As much as I would like to get rid of the life gainer, don't have enough information to leave the Ajani on board. Okay. What do we do here? I guess we play Ascension? Ruin Lurker Bat. Yep. Has a life total going the wrong direction. Yeah, so had we gotten rid of the Sanctifier, we still would have been dealing with the huge Ajani anyway. So wouldn't have helped our cause. Okay. So I guess the only thing we can really do is this. I mean, doesn't do much. I mean, exactly, because we're right back at it now. Oh, and a Halaya. That sucks. Yep. Alright, we can just move on. Ooh, yeah, let's keep it. One thing I will say about this deck, though, is, I mean, when we get into the video, there are definitely some updates and things I want to talk about on this one. Alright, opponent. How you feel about dealing with the Hired Claw? Sure. River Turn Monument. Boo. Alright, well, we're on a pretty strict clock then. Assuming they probably have another removal spell, but, like, what are we going to do about it? If it's just Day of Black Sun, we get to keep Anampakal. So that's good. Ooh, can we create enough to win? Untap land, maybe? Oh, it's a tapped land! Oh, we could have given Anampakal double strike. Oof. That sucks. I guess I could have used... No. Because I need 1, 2, 3. And I guess I could have. And that would have made 1, 2. Yeah, not enough with that either. Man. So close, but so far away. Guess it wouldn't have done enough anyway. That would have just made that 3 more, so they would have been at 3. Yeah. Wouldn't have gotten there. Oh, do they still not have anything? I don't know if that's totally true. Well, we're not going to lose to life. So, how do we get out of this? What if we do this? Because that'll generate 2 more. Yeah. I mean, are they going to return stuff to our hand? I'm just trying to think, like, what ways do we lose? All right. I mean, because they could have like Aetherize or something, I guess. And will leave us a couple of bodies on board after the pingers, but is that just going to do it anyway? Because that deals 3, and then we have 3 worth of creatures left on the battlefield. And then, alright, I guess that's going to do it then. Yep, they actually had an Aetherize. That's what I was saying. I was like, nah, you just got to be careful sometimes. Like, sometimes you just know things. They might have another Aetherize, though. I mean, let's be honest. That could very well be a thing. But now we just sample the water. Because if it's a counter, it's not an Aetherize. Yeah, that's fine. Then they just die. Sure. Give this guy indestructible. Yep. Well, it gives all permanents, but, you know. And then we will attack. Oh, I could attack and then torch. Doesn't matter, though. We make extra bodies. Like, we're winning either way. Whew, alright. Man, that was a little uncomfortable. I'm glad, though. This is where sometimes just knowing the format and knowing all the cards or whatever is helpful, because playing around Aetherize is kind of the only reason we were able to win. Of just, all right, let's set up a way that we have enough stuff on the battlefield that we could still get away with this potentially, right? Because if not, we'd have had everything in hand. We would have had to like recast Sharpshooter, recast something else. And then we actually would have probably lost because we wouldn't be able to attack with anything there. And if they were able to mill us, we could have been in trouble. So I don't know. Or sweep the board or whatever the case is from there. We were in pretty good shape anyway, but I think it still could have been ugly. Okay. Let's just do this. Also, in that last one, we could have just activated the land and see what the opponent does. Like, but we were trying to play around them having a potential, like, backup Aetherize or something. So there was a lot of ways that could have gone not well. When it dies, destroy target creature. Okay, let's go with this for now. Oh, they can't block. Gosh dang it. Totally forgot about that other line of text. It's kind of important. Okay. I see you. Yeah, why not? Away you go, little buddy. Also, when you have Raise the Pass, you can get a little bit tricky at times. But yeah, missing a couple of points on the previous turn, forgetting that the Curse Tosser can't block, is kind of a big deal. Yep. We'll work on getting those back in a second. I'm going to go ahead and take 2 because I feel like it's worth it. Alright, then we'll just pump and kill both of them. Why not? Alright, we're at 11. And they have the mud button in hand. Uh-oh, they're reading their enchantment. That's not good. Anytime they're checking their own cards, it's like, oh, they might have some techie play they're working on. Okay, well, that's not so bad. Maybe they were just checking to see if it's when we had a creature die as well, but that's definitely not the case. Let's get our team back. Undo all that wonderful work that they set up for. Opponent should be at 11. Alright, what are these last two cards? Oh, they're going to sacrifice it for something. Oh, that guy. Well, I mean, we attack. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just thinking if I'm going to do anything else on the turn. I think we just play the Hired Claw, attack, fling our Headliner, get our damage in. I think that's the play. I was just thinking if, like, there's a weird double strike situation that matters, but I don't believe there is. And, of course, as I say that, opponent will end up at, like, 2, and I'll be like, ah, well. Okay, didn't matter. Yeah, those resolve. That's another, they're at 5. Even if we didn't use anything, opponent blocks and still takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, even after flinging, that's extra. Okay, yeah, them gaining the life I thought might actually end up being a little of a hindrance to us, but that wasn't too bad. I'm also working on a goblins list, actually. If y'all want to see that, let me know, because I have one I've been tinkering around with for a bit, and we hadn't seen goblins in a while, so it's kind of coincidental to run into one. Okay, we'll keep it. I mean, good news, we can play something each turn for the first few turns, right? Curve on out. Oh, I wish I had a removal spell for that, though. Does anybody else ever feel when they play on this map that they wish they could, like, click these bars and something would happen? Because, like, you can move the furniture or whatever, the statues, but that's not really anything, you know? Okay. I don't know why I get the feeling there's going to be a Ouroboros next turn. But that's kind of okay if there is. Yeah, we actually would rather Ouroboros than the Esper Origins, because we can at least attack one more turn in this scenario. I think this is tough because I kind of want to play Evangelist, but also if we just War Leaders call, that's 2. They block 1, take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they're at 12. And then there's a world where maybe we could draw Delny and just punch through, and that's kind of nice. Alright, I guess we kind of got to do it. If they have a second Ouroboros, then it's just going to suck for us. I thought about just attacking, seeing if they block, but we couldn't really do anything with this because we just double strike for 2 instead of 4. So it's not a great situation by any means. There are also some scenarios where we could Evangelist, make 2 blockers, ping the opponent for 2. You know, there's some other things that can happen. Badger Mole into another Ouroboros, that's pretty rough if that's what happens here. They might just gain 2 life and play the Esper Origins, though. Yep. Okay. They do have 3 blockers, and they're going to be large. If we find Delny, I think we can win. Actually, if I find Delny, I know we win. If we don't, yeah, this was the other problem. Okay, So if we play Sharpshooter, opponent goes to 12. Then we play Arabella, opponent goes to 10 because they get pinged twice. Then we attack. They would take 4 more, so they're at 6. They block, block, block. They go to 4. I don't really like that. That's not nearly as exciting for us. So let's play this tapped. Actually, 4. No, we could put them at 2. No, that wouldn't, because we'd have to tap out to play both things. All right. So I think this is the more correct situation. We'll just play Evangelist. And no attacks. So now we can potentially block some things. Make a flyer that could ping them, and then maybe find another way out. Or we could just be dead. You know, like, oh no. Yeah, we're dead. All right. That's tough. Oh, wait. We just got a Badger Mole? Why did you do it for so much mana? And only get a Badger Mole cub? Wouldn't you just go get an Ouroboros there? I mean, they go to 13. Yeah, I don't understand. Oh, no, they're, yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what just happened. We block 2 things. Opponent goes to 12. And then you only have 2 blockers? Actually, we only have to block 1 thing, right? There's only 3 attackers. We can go to... Oh, no, that's an 8. For some reason, I was looking at that wrong. All right. Sure. Let's just draw another Sharpshooter and make the math easy. Alright, that didn't really work out. Okay, well, no matter what, we have to play this. Put the opponent to 11. These get through no matter what, so opponent's already at 7. They'd be at 6, 5, 4, 3. They block, block. And we make something double strike? I think that's not enough. Damn, I think they're going to be at 1. Ah, that's tough. Well, we tried. Unless my math is wrong here. Oh, wait, no. We could just deal 4 to them. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just get to shoot them for 4. I don't know why I was thinking I had to double strike something. But yeah, that's fine. Alright. Whoa, wait. Do you see what's in their hand? Hold on a second. They had Nexus of Becoming also. Like, opponent was deep in the bag. Okay, so I'm looking back and thinking, on that turn where they decided to go ahead and make another Badger Mole cub, if they would have gotten an Ouroboros, I don't think I can win, because I think I would have had to block 3 things as opposed to 2 things. And it would have been more difficult to win there, I think. But they also... Badger Mole also made another body, so I don't know. But yeah, that was a little bit of a weird finish from what I was expecting. Yeah, I want to say this was very solid. My main issue was, one, we needed a little bit more land a few times. Just because there's turns where you're trying to, sacrifice the headliner or leave up mana for Boros Charm or whatever the case is, and you really can't take advantage of enough things. Also, unless you get Legend of Roku flip, which I don't think we ever got Legend of Roku down. We had it in hand once or twice, but I don't think we actually cast it. I think you don't really have a way to spend the mana you're getting from the Ascension token, which is not really neither here nor there, really, in a grand scheme of things. But I would like the possibility, maybe, of playing another Raise the Pass main and cut the two. And I'm a big fan of Legend of Roku, you know, the one saying this right now. But I would play another removal spell or even potentially swap the Boros Charms to Lightning Helixes, because there were some times where you want to be able to take out a creature and you just can't, right? Being able to kill like a turn 2 Badger Mole or whatever is just better. So I would go with Lightning Helixes. And maybe even 4, I don't know, because now we've reduced the. I was about to say, and then we play one more land, but now that we reduce the cost of stuff for the deck a little bit, maybe we don't need another land. You'd rather just play like a 4th Lightning Helix. Because this has 26 creatures plus the 4 Ascensions, so that's 30 creatures. So tons. We didn't really get to see Suki at all, which is a little bit disappointing. It would have been nice to get that on the battlefield. But I'm not even sure you totally need Suki. I think you get away just playing War Leader's Call if you wanted to. But we didn't really notice. I think that was the other card we didn't really draw during any of our games to be able to test. Overall, though, the deck did very well. Just a couple of losses. So this might be the better version. You know, being able to get those extra triggers off the Ascension. If nothing else, it forces your opponent to want to deal with either the token or the enchantment, because they know there's more action behind it, right? So it's like, we got to get this out of the way before it gets us in trouble. So I kind of feel that it would be really neat to kind of explore that a little bit more with this list. But if anything, that's kind of the issue. There just wasn't a lot of removal. Now we have Headliner, Torch, Lightning Helix, and that's at least 8 things we could do. And an extra Raise the Pass, so if your opponent gets an early board sweeper, there's a chance you can get a couple of your creatures back and keep trucking. So I kind of like this version. This worked out surprisingly well. Better than I thought it would have, if I'm being honest with you. But if you want to play tokens, I think instead of trying to do all the quirky, like, let me get an O'Hare Ashenil, let's do all this, like, kind of back to basics, right? This is sort of just the way to do it. And the Ascension does have a bit of a payoff in here. And now, I think with the Lightning Helix, we can use that mana a little bit better. If the opponent double blocks something or whatever, you could get something out of the way, get a little life. And I think having that flexibility, to me, is also pretty big in this list. But yeah, I'm a fan. This was fun. I like this version quite a bit. But link will be over on Moxfield, like always. Y'all let me know how you feel about it. Maybe you like the other versions better. I would totally understand. But that's all I have you for now. We'll see you next time.